Wayne Brooksby now takes advantage of a slip from Pete. Brooksby towards the edge of the area, cuts in field, takes a shot from distance. Wayne Brooksby with the left boot. It's the bottom right-hand corner, and the former Ferriby man comes back to haunt the side that he once played for.
Well, good evening and welcome here to the Furness Building Society Stadium in Barrow, where Guiseley have made the trek north this evening for a Vanarama National League game of increasing importance. Every game as we go through August seems like an opportunity for 3 points. We've had a wonderful start to the season. 2 victories at home, 1-0, 1-0. A defeat away, 1-0 at Welling. And this evening we take on Barrow, the team, of course, who we ran very close in those 2 games back in November in 2014 as Barrow took a prominent position at the top of the table. And Guiseley have not had the rub of the green recently when they've travelled here to Barrow, and they'll be hoping to put that right this evening in the Vanarama National. Full match commentary this evening with Colin, Robertson and Chris Bell here on Guiseley AFC Radio.
Brooksby now on the edge of the 18-yard box, comes charging in, plays the ball across the base of goal. Into the back of the net, and it's Adam Boys who has scored Guiseley's third. The Lions are in dreamland this evening.
Yes, and welcome here to Barrow AFC and the Furness Building Society Stadium here, where we've managed to get to after a bit of a rush job across from Yorkshire to get here in time after work. But we've made it safe and sound, and we're looking forward to what promises to be a very interesting and exciting game, and one that Mark Bauer will probably be thinking, we should be looking to get a point, maybe 3 out of this tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, one of those games against the sides that have come up with us that, as you say, we've got to be looking at and taking points from, because these are the sides that, at the start of the season you think will be the sides that will be there or they're around us if, it's not a particularly great season. However, to Barrow, they've signed well. They've spent big, to be fair, but they've signed well. So I think on paper it's actually a tougher contest than it is against, another promoted side.
Yeah, it's certainly it was always a tough ask with the resources behind the club and the momentum behind Barrow, and I think Mark Bauer was perfectly aware of that. I spoke to him after the game against Kidderminster Harriers, that fine 1-0 victory that we had. I'm joined now by Mark Bauer after the fine 1-0 home victory against Kidderminster. Left it late, but what a strike from Adam Boyce to win the 3 points there, Mark.
Yeah, great header from Boise, quality on the cross as well from Tully. Great ball, picked him out, and yeah, he's missed a few chances last couple of games, Boise, but when it counted, he's there for us and pops it in. Great goal for a striker that scored the winner late on in a 1-0 win, and I felt just about overall we probably shared it and just about deserved it.
It was stretch. It was getting quite stretched late on in that game. Did you feel that we might actually have conceded a goal, because there was real end-to-end stuff?
It was, yeah. It almost became like a bit of a basketball game. Both teams really wanted to win it. Both teams playing with 2 up front. We just got a little bit ragged at times. A little bit sloppy in our possession, just allowed them to break on us. But I think overall, the chances that were created in the game, I thought we had by far the best ones, and like I said, just about deserved to win it.
2 home games, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets. Not a bad start, is it, to Vanarama National at Nethermore, is it?
No, I think we probably looked at this first week, the 3 games in this first week, and we're coming up against sides that are more than likely, or we're told, are more than likely going to be, in the bottom half of the table. So I think it was important that we got some points on the board. I think today the clean sheet is a good one. I think this time last year, maybe the year before, that might be a game that we draw or maybe even lose. I think the experience that we got back there in Atkinson and Lockwood has made a big difference to us, and that provides us with a great platform that we can, put in a performance like that, which was not fluent. We weren't free flowing. We didn't play too much football. It was difficult on the pitch today because it was so dry, and the wind had really dried out and it was sticky. Had that game been played this time yesterday, I think it'd have been a completely different game with the rain. But we did what we had to do to win, and that's really pleasing that the lads stayed solid, and when that chance came in the end, that we finally took one, and it's a really good couple of home games for us.
You're obviously sticking by the same side in these opening 3 games. You're pleased with what you've seen. One change you made today that was different was Tom Craddock coming off with Liam Dickinson going on. Was that just tactical, or was there any problem with Craddock?
No, everyone that came off was okay. We just, Dicko's made an impact when he came on. I think last week at Welling, with his presence, he pushed Welling back, and without actually contributing anything specifically other than he made a lot of space for people. And that I know as a centre half, when a big lad comes on up front, you maybe take that little step back and you think we've got to be wary of this, and other people can benefit from that. And maybe they attracted a bit of attention to the back stick when Tully's crossed that ball in, which has allowed Boise to nip in. But no, we've got a squad, and we said to the players initially, you've got the shirt, the first 11 at Welling, you've got the shirts now, make sure you keep them. And they've gone about the business well, but when we needed to change a few things in the game today, we had the ability to bring on the quality of Rothery and Tolson and Dickinson, and it makes a big difference to us, and that has played a part in winning the game.
Back on the road now on Tuesday night, tough trip up to Barrow. Thoughts ahead of that?
Yeah, it'd be really difficult. I think I've been up there 3 times with Guiseley and lost 1-0 every time. So yeah, it'll be obviously a difficult one. Gone full time, and obviously they've got some good players there, brought in some really good players over the summer as well, so we've got there with confidence. I think they've had a bit of a beating today, but lost a couple of men to red cards. It'll be a completely different game, but no, we can go with confidence and look to enjoy it, and having those points on the board can just take that little bit of pressure off, and we can go up and enjoy it, and we've got the quality to go up there and get a result.
Thanks. So Matt Bauer there speaking to me after the game against Kidderminster Harriers, that 1-0 victory. Chris, feeling confident that he can go up here and get the results, and that's the message from the gaffer. Do you agree?
Yeah, very much so. I think for Mark personally, he's going to want to end this hoodoo that he has here. As he said, he's been here 3 times before, and on every occasion it's ended in a 1-0 defeat. I think we've got the chance to do so. He referred there as well to the 2 men that were sent off in Barrow's game. One of those we know has been rescinded and starts, and it's a crucial play for them. So we'll come on to that. But yeah, this is a big chance, I think, for Mark to end that hoodoo and to get another vital 3 points.
Well, you spoke to Adam Boyes as well, a man who knows this club very well indeed, in Barrow that is, and he was the man who scored the goal for the Lions against Kidderminster on Saturday.
Chris Bell with Adam Boyes after Guiseley's 1-0 win over Kidderminster Harriers. Adam, for you, can you try and sum up the performance and the result for me?
I thought we were best side throughout the game, and obviously missed a few chances, but we just kept going, and in the end we got there and got the goal we needed.
And importantly, your goal.
Yeah, it was nice to get off the mat. I think Tully's come on and he's put a brilliant ball in, and I've just had to get my head on it basically, and luckily enough it's gone in the top corner.
You got a lot of power into it, because it was a good ball, but it wasn't the paciest.
Yeah, I've just said that to him there as he was saying, brilliant ball. I said I had to do a lot with it, so yeah, it was nice to get my head on it and score, so good win in the end.
We spoke before the start of the season about your targets, and you said you wanted 25 goals this season. How important is it to you to now be off the mark?
Yeah, it's nice to get off the mark. Obviously, I maybe could have had a few more in the game, and maybe 1 or 2 the other day, so I'm getting the chances. Hopefully I can start putting a few more away.
And with 3 games in now, 6 points from 3 games, how's the boys and yourself, your view on the start of the season that we've had?
Yeah, we're impressed with the start we've made. We've played 3 teams. I think we've been better than all 3 of them teams, so if that's the standard we've got to keep, we've got a very good chance of doing well in the league. 8th
in the table so far. It's early days. How painful though is it, looking back to last Saturday with the result that really should have been in Guiseley's favour? Could have been sitting top of the league, or joint top at least.
Yeah, definitely. We know we should have won that game, and hopefully it won't come to regret that at the end of the season. We've got a big game Tuesday at Barrow. I think they lost again today, so they'll want to bounce back, and obviously it's my old club, so it should be a good game, that one. I
was going to say, looking ahead to Tuesday, it is against one of your former sides. They lost 4-0, finished with 9 men as well, so they'll be weakened defensively, we hope.
Yeah, I don't know if the ban kicks in yet. It was different in the other league, but yeah, there's still a strong side, and it'll be a tough game no matter what. But if we go there and play our best, I'm sure we can get another 3 points.
Aiming to get a name on the score sheet at one of your former home grounds?
Yeah, it'll be nice, that one, yeah.
That was Adam Boyes there speaking to Chris Bell after Saturday's victory over Kidderminster Harriers. So here we are. He's hoping to get his name onto the score sheet this time for the Lions, but it hasn't worked out, has it, in the past when we've come up here? It's been one of those frustrating hunting grounds. A couple of seasons ago, we played the struggling Barrow side, and we lost even though they were reduced to 10 men early doors in that game. We lost 1-0. We, of course, lost here last season, despite it was one of the season's best performances out of Ollie Johnson, but somehow contrived not to get over the line in terms of getting the goals, and we lost 1-0 then. And, of course, a couple of seasons before that, we had the FA Cup replay here, and that last-minute screamer that was enough to seal Barrow's passage through to the second round proper and deny Guiseley a piece of history. Given that those three have ended at 1-0 to Barrow at home, given that our 3 games at the start of this season has ended at 1-0 to the home side, you've got a fancy 1-0, haven't you, tonight?
I want to stick my neck out and say that this is going to be a bit different. You know, surely history can't keep repeating itself again and again and again.
Well, you never know, do you? I mean, we are being welcomed here by Cy Wintle, who's given us the
big
thumbs up.
Yeah.
We're inside glass here at the moment. He's encouraging us to continue and mention him on the air, so you can listen back and have a listen to that later on. But good to see the Guiseley fans have travelled tonight. There's a fair number. I know there's a coach that's come across this evening, and they'll be willing the side on, won't they, tonight to get a good result, because there's a decent Barrow crowd actually congregating this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just thinking to myself, I dread to think what Si's going to do when we score if he's giving us the thumbs up already. No, as I say, it's going to be a fairly packed house, I reckon, because Barrow, the fans will know the importance of this game from their perspective. Again, it's 3 points against the side that at the start of the season fancy to be down there. They're not. They'll be looking at taking 3 points off us. As we said before, it's going to be crucial to not lose this 1-0. I'd completely forgotten about the fact that, actually, as you say, that the 3 games we've had so far have all gone 1-0 to the home side. As I say, I'm going to stick my neck out and say that this is going to be different. We can't keep going on with these 1-0 games, surely. So I reckon we'll get a couple. I reckon I could see something like a 2-2 draw.
Well, that would be entertaining, wouldn't it? And I'd be happy with a point, actually, to come here and go back to Guiseley with a point, because I think that would be a good result against a very good Barrow side. But there'll be part of us that will be thinking, these sorts of games, we should be looking to see if we can get 3 points because we're going to come up with even sterner tasks. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Because Barrow themselves are also finding their feet and have played some very good sides early on in this season. So, in terms of expectations for this evening, very hard to judge, isn't it?
It is. It's still early days, so both sides are still kind of finding themselves at this level. This possibly is one of the harder ones to call, because these is 2 sides that are finding themselves at this level. And, it's not just us against an experienced Vanarama National side. It's tough to call. I don't know why I've stuck my neck out and said 2-2, if I'm honest, but I was completely wrong on Saturday. I'll probably end up being completely wrong again, but let's hope that Guiseley can get the result that we should be looking at, because we've had an excellent start. Let's be fair, we are the form side out of these 2 at the moment with the start that we've had. Barrow, they'll be looking to bounce back, though, after that 4-0 defeat on Saturday. So, all we can ask is for the boys to go out there, give it their all, give it the best, and see what we can get out of it, and hope that that's at least a point.
Well, the 2 sides are coming out now onto the field, just shaking hands and walking through the various pre-match arrangements with the referee. We'll just go through down the 2 teams that we have this evening. First for Barrow, Joel Dixon in goal, George Williams, new signing, will be playing at right back, Neil Ashton, Danny Livesey, Simon Grand, Andy Howarth, Dave Mellor, Mo Fofana, Jason Walker, Andy Cook, Alex Ray Harvey. So they are anticipated to line up as a 4-4-2. Williams the left back. Williams the right back. Neil Ashton left back. Livesey and Grand 2 centre halves. A 4 with Dave Mellor and Mo Fofana in the middle. Andy Howarth and Alex Ray Harvey on the flanks, and then Walker and Cook up front. Their substitutes today: Aaron Taylor, Niall Cowperthwaite, Ashley Grimes, Elliot Newby, and Sam Cosgrove. For Guiseley in goal, Stephen Drench. It's Danny Lowe, Adam Lockwood, Jake Lawler, Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel, who's been suspended for the first 3 games of the season following those 15 yellow cards he amassed last season. He returns in place of Zach Thompson. Adam Boyes, Thomas Craddock, Will Hatfield, Nicky Boschel, Rob Atkinson. So as you were, except for the replacement of Danny Boschel for Zach Thompson. On the bench, Ryan Toulson, Gavin Rothery, Liam Dickinson, Daniel Atkinson and Zach Thompson. So referee today, Ollie Yates, he's just shaking hands with the two captains, Adam Lockwood and Simon Grand. And we are about to change ends as Guiseley opt to, or Barrow opt to, attack away to our left, rather. And Guiseley are in their all-yellow kit, Barrow in white with blue shorts. The Lions will be attacking the goal to our right then as we start. So Stephen Drench just crossing the field. Can't remember there being much of a wind. Maybe it's a low sun away to our left that's perhaps anticipated to play in the eyes of the centre halves early doors in this game. What do you make of that, Chris?
Say that again, sorry. I was, I'll be honest, I was slightly fixated then.
I was asking why have we swapped ends, do you think?
To be fair, that doesn't make a great deal of sense to me because the sun is to our left-hand side. So it's Barrow, as they kick off now, shooting in towards the sun.
Unless, of course, we won the toss and chose to do that.
Tactics. It's all tactics, Colin.
Barrow do kick off, so Guiseley presumably chose the ends. And the ball's back here with Stephen Drench. And Guiseley's number one, playing in the purple top tonight. One of the 3 goalkeeper tops that we have on offer this season. He launches it long and it goes over the centre half and all the way back to Joel Dixon.
Yeah, it's just a hopeful long ball forward, isn't it? Nobody there that was able to get on the end of that.
The ball goes long, upfield, headed away by Atkinson, picked up here by Mo Fofana, laid back here to Neil Ashton, the left back on the halfway line. Sends it long down the left side, headed away firmly by Atkinson, out for a throw. And Barrow, midway through the Guiseley half, have a throw with Neil Ashton to take. He looks for options. And ahead of him, he finds one in the shape of Andy Howarth, but he can't control the ball. And it has gone out for a Guiseley throw at right-back position.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Will Hatfield, another game, starting at right-back. He's done well so far. And we were talking on, weren't we, on the way up, about what Hatfield offers at right-back that perhaps Toulson doesn't. And for a centre mid, we came up with the conclusion, didn't we, that maybe Will Hatfield is a little bit better defensively.
Well, more conservative.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Toulson likes to advance himself. Guys, you've just won a free kick inside the Barrow half. Nicky Boschel takes it, sends it towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Craddock's caught offside. And a free kick is given the Bluebirds' way.
That's poor. That's very poor. You know, he was trying to be clever with the free kick, play it down this right-hand channel. Craddock just didn't time it well.
2 minutes gone, 0-0. Early goal in the Vanarama National, Lincoln 0, Macclesfield 1. Ball's up to the halfway line as the Bluebirds come forward now. Barrow on the ball, up towards the edge of the area with Alex Ray Harvey, but he can't control. Guiseley can come away with it, but they're being penned back in right back, and even though Hatfield gets the ball up to the halfway line, it's back in possession of the home side. Fofana stands on the ball temporarily. This gives Brooksby a chance to come away with it. Gives it to Craddock. Craddock threads it through to Boyes. Boyes is onside. It's clear-sighted goal, but he shanks the ball wide. The goalkeeper, Joel Dixon, came out. He was in a good position to close down the shot, but Adam Boyes will feel he should have done much, much better with that. After being put through by Craddock, he was onside, but just couldn't apply the finish.
Yeah, cracking ball from Tom Craddock. Played it in very, very well. Boyes took a couple of touches and he probably thought that he was going to get closed down if he didn't get that shot off early. And as it is, it just drags a yard or two wide of that upright. And, well, we could hear. Not sure if you'll have been able to hear that at home, but the crowd then, when Adam Boyes was the one that missed the chance, sarcastic cheers, I think, is the correct term.
Yeah, definitely. No love lost there. Wayne Brooksby, meanwhile, has just been pushed in the back by Howarth, Andy Howarth. Guys, you have a free kick in right back. Great early chance. We are actually behind Perspex in a very comfortable press enclosure here. But, of course, you don't get the full sense of the crowd that, no doubt, back home. Good flick on now from Nicky Boschel inside the 18-yard box. Flicked on now by Jake Lawler as Barrow do clear their lines. Nodded on though by Hatfield, and then Fafana picks it up. Plays the ball into Dave Mellor. Mellor now finds Howarth. Howarth can't keep the ball away from Jake Lawler, who's tigerishly winning it back in midfield. Sent down the right-hand side by Hatfield. Guiseley do clear, but Danny Boschel with a very good interception. Keeps the ball for the Lions. Plays it long now up towards Boys. Headed away as Livesey makes the header. And Barrow clear the ball up towards the halfway line. Barrow eventually hoofing the ball up in the air, looking for Jason Walker, but it's out for a Guiseley throw.
I think the one thing that strikes me looking through this team sheet of Barrows is the experience that they've got in the side. You've got players that were this level or higher last season. You know, the likes of Dave Mellor, who was at Oldham in League One, on the bench. Grimes, who was at Walsall. Mo Fafana, he's been at Lincoln for a couple of years as well at this level. Andy Howarth was at Bury in League Two. They've signed very well. They've got players that have done it at a higher level. So there is a lot of experience and a lot of quality in this Barrow side, and guys will just have to be possibly that little bit more wary, because against Kidderminster on Saturday, it was a side of, to a degree, unknowns, given the issues that Kidderminster have had and the amount of signings that have come through. But Barrow, for me on paper, has signed very, very well.
Barrow now pressing down this left flank, looking to get the ball to Andy Howarth. It's cleared by Hatfield, only up to the halfway line. Ashton can send the ball in towards the edge of the 18-yard box, but Atkinson is firm with the header, and Guiseley eventually clear with Danny Boschel. Sends it long up towards Craddock. Craddock takes it down. He's on the left-hand side. He's got the overlapping run here of Danny Lowe. Lowe brings it forward, and he's stopped in his tracks by Alex Ray Harvey. So Ghazi will have a throw about level with the edge of the 18-yard box. 0-0.
It was a nice ball down that left wing from Craddock. And we know how Lowe likes to get forward.
Throw comes in from Lowe, level with the edge of the 18-yard box. He plays it into the feet of Nicky Boschel, then curls the ball into the area after getting it back from Boschel. And it's held comfortably by Joel Dixon.
It wasn't a bad ball, was it? Just one of those too close to the goalkeeper.
Dixon sends it up in the air. You wonder whether there's a little bit of wind up in the higher areas of this, but the ball falls through towards the feet of Jason Walker. As Jake Lawler complained, he was pushed in the back. The ball was played forward. Walker found a bit of space and then rather hurriedly took the shot from distance and didn't really have any threat on the goal of Stephen Drench.
No, not at all. He was, 3-4 yellow shirts around him when he tried to get that shot off. Didn't have the time. Went for it.
Drench with a goal kick. Sends it up to the halfway line, up towards Lawler. Lawler gets it forward in the direction of Boschel, but it's well defended by Barrow. Picked up by Cook. And now inside their own half, they can craft a move forward again with Dave Mellor. Raking ball across the left-hand side to find Ashton. The fullback plays it square now into the feet of Howarth. Howarth into the area. There's a flag that goes up. And Stephen Drench comes out anyway. But it was a dangerous ball in there from Howarth, and Guiseley will be relieved to see Stephen Drench off his line and claim that one.
Yeah, Drench certainly wasn't taking his chances there. Yes, the flag went up, but Drench didn't know that.
Danny Boschel winning the ball in midfield, but Jake Lawler tries to pass it through the Barrow midfield, and they win the ball back here with Ashton sending it long once again, but this time over the top of Andy Cook and safely in the hands of Stephen Drench again.
Yeah, another hopeful ball forward there that, from Barrow's perspective, nobody there to get on the end of it.
Cleared by Drench, looking for Nicky Boschel. Headed away. Danny Boschel then puts the ball out into touch, and it'll be a throw-in for Barrow in the right-hand side as they defend their goal in right-back position. George Williams will take. Throws down the right channel, headed out by Danny Lowe. Another throw for Barrow. 0-0. And it's a high-scoring game already in Sincil Bank, where Lincoln City are now 2-1 down to Macclesfield. No goals here, but Barrow are coming down this right-hand side with Cook. Cook crosses into the area, goes over everybody. And it's a chance now for Hatfield to complete the clearance. Blast it against the Barrow number 15, Dave Mellor. And it's going to be a Guiseley throw in right-back position. And it was a good ball into the area. Well, it was a good opportunity, rather, for Cook to deliver. It was a poor ball in the end. But Barrow, beginning to show some real threat when they're coming forward. Early stages. Guys, you've had a best chance of the game, though, perhaps, with Adam Boyes going clean through on goal, but just unable to direct the shot on target. 9 minutes gone, still scoreless. And Danny Lowe sends it down the left-hand flank. It's headed out, and guys, you have a throw back level with the edge of the centre circle on the left-hand side as we attack the Barrow goal.
Really hope that Adam Boyes chance isn't one that we're going to end up ruining. We saw it well in the chances that we had and missed, and that came back to bite us.
Guys, he can't do anything with the throw productively. And Barrow win the throw-in back effectively in the same place. Chorley 1, FC United 0 in the Vanarama National. So it's time for that. It could have been us. Moment of the
That's
evening.
never going to get old, is it, over the
No.
course of the season? That's never going to get old.
No. The only thing that's old and tired will be me. Barrow have the ball on the right-hand side. They've got a throw inside the Guiseley half now. Take it short to Mellor. Mellor under pressure from Adam Boyes. Does well to hold on to it. Boyes does well to stick at his task and wins the ball off him. And then there's a poor ball out to the right-hand side. There's nobody in there for Rain Brooksby. And not characteristically a good bit of distribution from Danny Boschel. And Guiseley don't capitalise. Barrow now win the ball back on the halfway line. The home fans claim there's a little push on Cook. But Simon Grand sends it over the top, looking to release Jason Walker. It's over everyone and into the hands of Stephen Drench. Another goal in the Vanarama National North as Hensford 2, Corby 0. Clearance from Stephen Drench into the Barrow half. Won by Jake Lawler, picked up now by Danny Boschel. Into the feet here of Wayne Brooksby. Sends it down the right-hand side. Again, there's nobody in an advanced position on that right flank. And the ball is comfortable for Barrow. And they let the ball go out for a throw-in.
Yeah, when Wayne Brooksby's in field like that, he's relying on Will Hatfield to make that run forward, and he didn't do it. We said before, didn't we, that Hatfield is a more conservative right back when played there.
Throwing in left back then for Barrow, and a goal in Altringham's game at home to Grimsby. They lead the Robins 1-0. Guisey now on the ball with Hatfield, but he's just run that out of play. Up against the strong challenge of Dave Mellor, the central midfielder, managing to brush Hatfield off the ball. And it's a throw-in left back position for Barrow. A couple of goals as well for Boston United at visiting Brackley in the north. Throw-in for Barrow, headed on by Cook, up on the halfway line now. Now found a bit of space here for Howarth to work into. Guys, you have to stick at the task. He skips past Lockwood, goes down the byline, gets the ball across, headed away by Danny Boschel. Then on the volley, Andy Cook span on the ball and took a swipe with the left foot. It was ambitious, and in the end it was always rising and behind. But a decent move and good work there from Andy Howarth on the left-hand side. And another sign of the danger that this Barrow front line can pose.
Yeah, that was not a bad effort. He got the technique right. The accuracy wasn't quite there, but it's one of those that when it sits up as kindly as it did there for Andy Cook, you've just got to try and go for that glory goal.
Cleared from Drench up onto the halfway line. Jake Lawler takes it down, but then Hatfield pokes it out, and it's a throw-in for Barrow inside their own half. 13 minutes gone, 0-0. And we've got a player down at the moment. Didn't quite see him just behind the stand here, and it's Danny Livesey. Who's got a bit of a knock. I didn't see what happened there at the moment, but he seems okay, thankfully.
Yeah, of course. Livesey, the man whose red card was successfully rescinded after his sending off on Saturday.
Throw in for the home side. Inside their own half, they send it down the left flank, and Danny Boschel intercepts his debut in the National with Guiseley as a player assistant. The ball picked up by Howarth gets into the Guiseley penalty area. Good firm connection from Lockwood, clears. Fafana nods down to Williams. William sends it high in the air into the Guiseley penalty area. It's headed away by Atkinson. Picked up now by Howarth again. Howarth under pressure. Gives it to Ashton. A good ball floated into the box. Stephen Drench has to be sure off his line to claim at the edge of the 18-yard box, which he does. And now the ball forward towards Craddock, and there's a push on Williams from Craddock and a free kick to Barrow.
I'm not entirely sure about that myself. You know what I'm like, though. I'm a physical person when it comes to this game. And that, for me, was a little bit soft. You know, both players were challenging. Craddock, he didn't do much wrong for me, but the free kick has been given to Barrow.
Free kick's taken up towards the edge of the 18-yard box, headed away by Atkinson, helped away by Wayne Brooksby, and it's up to the halfway line, picked up now by the Barrow players again as they keep coming forward at the Guiseley back line. The Lions having to dig deep here. It's a good long ball from Simon Grand, but then the ball's returned back into the Bluebirds half and picked up by Boys. Now played into the area towards Craddock. Craddock gets a bit of space inside the 18-yard box, knocks the ball across the 6-yard box towards Jake Lawler. It's well defended and out for a throw. And just on the counter-attack, the Lions have another half a sight of goal. Hatfield now with a throw on the right-hand side into Craddock. And a tackle in on him, and it's out for another Guiseley throw on that right-hand side. But that was a decent move there and good industry from Adam Boys.
Yeah, great work. Chased it down very, very well. Put the defender under pressure and got his reward for it by getting possession back.
Hatfield with the throw into Craddock. Craddock can't get past Mellor. And Barrow now can come away with the ball. And they come on the counter-attack now with Williams over the halfway line. He holds it up and plays it square for Ray Harvey, who plays a long ball around to the left-hand flank where Howarth has taken position, but it was just above him. Howarth appreciates the ambition of the ball, puts the thumbs up, but it's going to be a Guiseley throw in right-back position. Flicked on by Craddock on the halfway line towards Adam Boys, picked up now by Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby goes crossfield, puts it into the path of Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe's up against Williams on the left-hand side. Brooksby and Danny Lowe combine. It has to go back, though. Danny Boschel now, about level with the edge of the centre circle. Back to Lockwood on the halfway line, and then down the left-hand side towards Lowe and headed away. The second ball is picked up again by Craddock. Craddock into Boys. Boys in the area. Boys takes a snapshot on the edge of the 18-yard box, straight at the goalkeeper, Joel Dixon. But it was good invention again there by Tom Craddock and Adam Boys, who took up a position, turned, got the shot away, but it was straight at the goalkeeper in the end. And another half chance there for the Lions.
Yeah, great footwork from Adam Boys. And again, the link-up play from Tom Craddock and Boys. You know, it's not necessarily producing the goals for Craddock, but Craddock's role that he's been playing so far this season has been excellent in terms of getting the chances to Adam Boys.
So a throw-in now to Barrow inside the Guiseley half on the left-hand side. Taken by Ashton, given to Howarth. He's trying to get the cross in, but he's got two on him, including Hatfield and Brooksby. So Howarth is forced back. It's played in again by Mellor, high up in the air. Awkward for Stephen Drench to claim. He doesn't. It's still bouncing clear in the area, and eventually there's a free kick given for an offside, and I think possibly Andy Cook might have just bundled Lockwood over.
Rugby tackled.
It's all fairly good-natured, and the free kick is given anyway to Guiseley. But that was a difficult ball, though. The original ball into the box was high. It was looping up in the air. And Stephen Drench didn't look particularly convincing going to get it above Lockwood and Cook, who were battling on the edge of the 6-yard box, looking to win the header.
Yeah, he just got like fingers from one hand onto it. Wasn't enough to get it clear properly, and then the melee happened after. But as you say, it wasn't overly convincing from Steve Drench.
Now the ball's gone forward and there's a bit of space for Boys to work in on the left-hand side. He's managed to get himself into a good position in an onside position anyway, but then as he played it back to Nicky Boschel's ball forward was poor, and it gives Barrow a chance to counter-attack, which they do, and they get the ball towards Cook, intercepted well by Lockwood. He showed all his years of experience there to know where the ball was going to be played, place himself in the right place, and Guiseley clear up to the halfway line here with Nicky Boschel winning the header. And again, Mellor sending the ball up in the air. Lockwood heading the ball into the Barrow half and out for a Barrow throw-in on the right-hand side.
That was very frustrating, what we'd just seen, though, from Boys and from Boschel, because Boys had acres of space, did very well. Just plays it back to Boschel, and I don't have an idea why he did what he did, because he just lethargically played it first time when he had a little bit of space himself to at least take a touch. And, you know, that almost resulted in Barrow coming down the other end.
Now there's a chance as Barrow come forward on the right-hand side. A cross into the box, but this time Guiseley cut it out. Again, though, the Bluebirds on the ball. Ashton skipping past Hatfield. Good tackle comes in from Wayne Brooksby. Cleared by Atkinson. He sends it long, direct towards Boys again. Guiseley now win the header in midfield as it's returned back to them. Danny Boschel over the left-hand side towards Danny Lowe. It's a good nod on from Danny Lowe, but he just couldn't control it. And in the end, the ball gets away from him and out for a Barrow goal kick.
Yeah, it was a brilliant header defensively. He just put that a little bit too much on it, didn't he? He knocked it too far ahead of him. And he's got a good burst of pace, does Danny Lowe, but it needed to have been Usain Bolt to have been able to get that one to stay in.
Kidderminster 0, Wrexham 1, and Tamworth 2 in the north, Telford 0. Barrow and Guiseley 0-0 here at the moment. Oh, Danny Boschel's just slipped, and now there's a chance for Barrow to pick up possession inside the Lions' half. Here with Howarth now on the left-hand side, up against Hatfield. Howarth into the penalty box. Hatfield still holds him up, and does Brooksby as well, but he gets it back here. The ball's crossed into the box, and it's a good header there from Cook. It was a good cross there from Neil Ashton. Curled the ball in up towards the back post. Cook leapt, won the header, but couldn't keep the header down, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Brilliant ball in from Neil Ashton, the former Wrexham left-back. Just whipped it in delightfully. And as you say, Cook was there. And you've got to put that down as probably Wrexham, one of Barrow's best chances, because, you know, he just didn't quite time the header right. Gets it right. It's in the back of the net.
It's actually Tamworth 1, Telford 0. Not 2-0, just to correct myself. The ball here with Fafana sends it up towards the back line. Picked up now by Danny Boschel inside the Barrow centre circle. Played forward by Danny Lowe, looking for Adam Boys, taking up position down that left-hand side. Up here against Livesey. Barrow and Livesey having a bit of a physical battle there, which Livesey wins. Ball comes off Boys, and it's out for a goal kick for the home side.
He's looking hungry, isn't he, Adam Boyce, against one of his former sides, of course. He'll be desperate to get a goal and make himself the pantomime villain in this game. But he's certainly looking hungry. He's chasing every lost cause, or everything that looks like a lost cause. And a couple of times he's done well and got possession back for Guiseley.
It's now Lincoln 2, Macclesfield 2 in the National. Guiseley just got a free kick inside their own half, which Danny Lowe will take. Still scoreless here. Hope you're picking us up loud and clear. If you've got any comments you want to make about the quality of the commentary. Well, I'm sorry, we can't do anything about that. We can always tweet us at Guiseley Radio.
Asking for trouble there, Colin.
They'd be right, though. The ball's rolled out by Dixon. It's a Barrow attacking move again down this left-hand side. Sent long, well into the direction of Jason Walker. But in the end, there was a flag that was up on the far side. And the referee's assistant had spotted an offside. Guys who get a free kick.
Yeah, I think out of those two, there was Howarth coming down the left-hand side and Cook came across. Cook was the man that was offside. For me, Howarth would have been the better option as well to get on the end of that. We won't complain.
24 minutes gone. Guiseley and Barrow scoreless. Bright start from the Lions. And Boys has had a couple of chances. Also bright attacking play from Barrow too. No goals as yet. Adam Lockwood on the ball, playing it to Danny Boschel, who's inside the Barrow half. 1-2 between Craddock and Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe spins on the ball, but he's having to go backwards under pressure from the Barrow defence. It's back here to Craddock. And Craddock is forced back all the way to Danny Boschel. Hatfield cries for the ball on the right-hand side, but Boschel opts to go back, and then the ball that does go forward is cut out by Livesey and cleared into touch for a Guiseley throw back on the halfway line.
Yeah, good defensive work from Barrow there. They really did force Guiseley back as far as they could.
Lions get the ball back in towards that final third once again from the throw. And it's laid back here to Danny Lowe. Lowe up against Alex Ray Harvey, who defends well and has the ball deflect off him, though, for another Guiseley throw. Midway through this Barrow half on the left-hand side. Danny Lowe looks for 3 or 4 that are ahead of him. He goes to Adam Boys. Boys takes it down well, but gives it back to Danny Lowe, into Nicky Boschel. And then the ball back from Nicky Boschel. Doesn't find its intended target, and away comes the home side again with Mellor out to Howarth. Howarth cuts in field from the left flank. Plays it square, and it's a poor ball. Anticipated well by Nicky Boschel, who plays it into the feet of Danny Lowe, and Guiseley win the ball back amidst groans of displeasure from the home fans. There's a low sun now, which we think is the reason for the swap round at kickoff, that Guiseley won the toss and opted to defend with the sun at their backs. Who knows if that's playing a part in some of the loose balls that might have been played this afternoon, this evening. Barrow now on the ball on the right-hand side. As we shield our eyes as they attack towards the Guiseley goal. There's a little slip there from Mellor, picked up by Jake Lawler, given to Tom Craddock. Craddock holds it, gives it back to Lawler. Lawler inside his own half goes to the right-hand side. Right back Hatfield. And Brooksby still in their own half. Brooksby plays it off Howarth, and Guiseley get a throw back level with the edge of the centre circle. And it goes all the way back to Stephen Drench, who puts a foot through it. Lawler flicks it on into Boys on the halfway line. And then Brooksby runs across that halfway line for giving it back to Danny Boschel. He sprays it forward. Finds Tom Craddock on the left flank. Craddock back here to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby still on that left-hand side. Goes towards the edge of the penalty area. Holds it up again, finding too many Barrow players in his way. So he has to go back to Danny Boschel, patient from Guiseley. Then Nicky Boschel. Back here to Jake Lawler, and again to Wayne Brooksby, and his ball is poor. Out of play for a goal kick, and that's a disappointing end to a patient bit of build-up there from the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely great spell of possession for Guiseley, passing it around well. You know, Barrow sat in there with the back 4 and the 4 across midfield as well. They've made it very difficult for guys to break through. And then as Brooksby tried to find that killer ball, just overhit it. Nobody on the save wavelength.
Holding good shape, aren't they, Barrow?
They're defending well, aren't they? They're defending in numbers.
Throw in again for Barrow. This time the goal kick is headed out by the Lions.
They certainly seem to have learnt the lesson from the opening 5 minutes when Boys had that great chance. They've sorted themselves out across that back 4.
Still scoreless then, if you're just joining us. 28 minutes gone. Guys, you've had a good chance in the opening stages. Adam Boys with a great opportunity after being played clear through on goal by Craddock. Boys should have had done better. Probably should have certainly hit the target and tested the goalkeeper. At the other end, a good chance for Andy Cook from a cross that came in from Neil Ashton. Cook headed over when he won the header on the edge of the 6-yard box. A bit disappointed, I'm sure, with that. As it is, now the goalkeeper's particularly been tested as yet. Barrow have a throw. It's on the right-hand side. inside their own half, level with the edge of the centre circle. Will be taken by Williams. He sends it down the right flank. Flicked over, and there's a chance here for Howarth to get on the edge of the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box, but it's well defended by Lockwood. Picked up now by Boschel, into the feet of Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby sends it forward. It's beyond Hatfield, though. And balls down that right-hand side aren't reaching their intended target. Now Howarth, he's got the ball on that left-hand flank, skips past Danny Boschel. Howarth has got support on the left-hand side in Neil Ashton. Neil Ashton, as we try to look into the sun, can't control. The ball goes into the box and it's held by Stephen Drench. It's difficult for these Barrow players, I think, if they're attacking that goal with that sun in their eyes. Headed on now by Lockwood, up in the air. Boys will chase it, even though Williams will be first to it. He forces Williams into playing the ball out for a Guiseley throw.
Yeah, we just saw an almighty throw-in from George Williams. That could be a useful tool in itself. An almighty throw down that right-hand side.
Now Lowe with the throw. Plays it square, gives it to Boys. Boys back here to Danny Boschel. Danny Boschel sends it down that right-hand side. There's a chase here from Craddock, but in the end the flag has gone up against one of Craddock or Wayne Brooksby possibly. Anyway, it's a Barrow free kick.
Yeah, one of those again. Just the ball forward not timed well enough. Makes it difficult for any of the attackers to stay onside.
Free kick to Barrow as we hit the half-hour mark. And they send it into the Lions' half. Lockwood defends up against Jason Walker, but Barrow now get the ball down that left-hand side here with Howarth into the area. Helped away this time by Danny Boschel, and Guiseley managed to clear their lines. Now good touch from Tom Craddock, takes the ball away from his man, goes down the right-hand side in a running race against Livesey. Craddock wins the ball but can't get past Livesey, who holds him up well. Craddock uses a bit of footwork to get past his marker. Still with the ball in the middle of the park now. Gives it to Danny Boschel, sends the ball into the area. Craddock won't get the return ball on that occasion. And it rolls through to the goalkeeper, Dixon. But that was great invention by Tom Craddock down that right-hand side, up against Livesey. Managed to get past him. And just when he thought he was going to lose the ball, managed to turn the ball in field, keep control and keep the attacking flow going.
Yeah, brilliant work from Tom Craddock. You know, we'd said before.
Now Barrow come down the right-hand side with Walker into Williams. Williams' cross is blocked by Danny Lowe and out for a Barrow throw.
Yeah, I was just quickly touch on Craddock. You know, we'd said before that as he's grown into the games as the season's gone, his touch has got better. He's looking hungry and he's keen for a first goal.
There's that long throw you were talking about there, Chris, from Williams. He launches it into the box, in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away by Boschel. Picked up again by Williams. His cross blocked by Lowe. In towards Williams again, but Lowe sticks to his task, gets it away. Helped back in, though, this time by Grand. Guiseley managed to do enough, though, with Wayne Brooksby clearing up to the halfway line. But there isn't a yellow shirt near the ball, and it'll be returned here by the Barrow captain. Simon Grand helps it forward. But again, good work here from Will Hatfield, and Guiseley hold their lines. Grand sends it back to the goalkeeper, Dixon, who comes out and clears and plays a beautiful ball up to Howarth, who tries to chest it down. And unfortunately, from his perspective, it bounces back over him and out for a Guiseley throw.
Yeah, you could see what he was trying to do, be a bit creative with it, bring it down under pressure. I see he just rolls up his chest and off his shoulder and out for a Guiseley throw.
Welling 1, Eastleigh 1. Eastleigh, of course, one of those sides that well funded and likely to do well this year. Did well last year. Welling will do well to get points out of them tonight. Guys, you've got a free kick just inside their half, or is it a free kick or is it a throw? I'm not quite sure. It's a throw. The ball had gone out right in front of us on the halfway line. It's taken by Hatfield. He sends it into the head of Boys. His flick on can't find its way through, and then the free kick is given against Atkinson, who pushes through the back of Andy Cook. And a couple of yards inside the Guiseley half. It's a free kick to Barrow.
Yeah, it's clumsy, isn't it, from Rob Atkinson. just the most blatant free kick that guys are likely to concede tonight. Went straight through the back of him.
And so it's a free kick here to Barrow, which will be taken by Ashton. It's probably about 5 yards in from the halfway line, but of course it's going to go towards the edge of the 18-yard box. There's 4 or 5 Barrow players on the edge of the 18-yard box, about on the edge of the D, looking to line up and be the target for this. Guys, everyone back here. Ball goes up in the air. There seems to be a hand in the area. There's a big shout for hand, but it fell through anyway towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and the referee didn't call the handball. Didn't stop the play for any reason, and still is a Barrow throw on that left-hand side. And there's a big protest from Danny Boschel.
Yeah, Bosch was slightly incensed by that. He definitely felt there was a hand in there somewhere.
Barrow now on the ball on the left-hand side. The cross comes in, takes a deflection. It's going to be a corner to Barrow. And still the protests go on. Adam Lockwood speaking to the referee there. He's really not happy, incensed about the fact that there was a hand that touched the ball there and played the ball into the edge of the 6-yard box. There's a corner on this left-hand side as Barrow keep the pressure up. They've got 3 or 4 on the edge of the 18-yard box. They actually play it short here to Ashton. Ashton curls it in towards the penalty spot, takes a volley and a shot, and there's a rebound. And the man who was free was Jason Walker, and he scores the goal. An inquest in the Guiseley back line after 35 minutes. It's Barrow 1, Guiseley 0.
Well, it was a great ball in from Neil Ashton on this left-hand side. Delivered it brilliantly. The head came in. And it was, as we say, Walker got his head onto it. Made it very difficult for Stephen Drench. And then he couldn't do anything but parry it back out in front of him. And there was Walker to stab it home. But I think the inquest will be in right from that possible handball a minute or two earlier that led to the corner in the end.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? There was a clear handball earlier on, and they're protesting about it. It's certainly not... It's come from a movement that shouldn't really have built up. There should have been a free kick much earlier in it. And nonetheless, you have to argue that why was Walker given so much space for the rebound? Why was he the first one to it? But guys, he's still protesting. Craddock now protesting with the referee. And not surprisingly so, there's clearly a handball. And there's even a discussion about the offside argument of Jason Walker. So I think Mark Barrow will have plenty to say about that goal. That it's just a goal that's nested in controversy, and Guiseley now are up against it. They're a goal behind now at Barrow.
Oh no, it's that scoreline again.
Yeah, I know, 1-0. Well, we said what it would be.
Yeah, 2-2. There's still time. That's my prediction.
I'm sure the defensively, Guiseley could have dealt with that better. There was a shot that was, spilt by Stephen Drench. Guiseley's defence should have been more alive to the ball, but you have to say there was some controversy around that handball earlier on in that move, and there are also some arguments from the Lions defenders with the linesman potentially about an offside position they may feel. We don't know, couldn't possibly tell here from this angle, but guys, you're a goal down and now need to dig deep and start to build forward. This time Nicky Boschel is offside, no question about that, but it was a good move from the Lions.
Yeah, I think with the goal, Stephen Drench must have seen it a little bit later than normal, because it was rather undrenched-like to end up parrying it just back out in front of him, centre of goal. So I think he must have seen it late, couldn't adjust himself to parry it away from goal. As we say, it's Jason Walker that's made the most of it, but plenty of controversy about that one.
Ball cleared from the goalkeeper. Dixon heads it up to the edge of the 18-yard box by Cook, headed away or cleared by Danny Bosch. And there's a ball over the top. This time a chance here for Walker. He gets into the area, stands on the ball. The ball's still not clear. And then Cook's in the edge of the 6-yard box. He'd taken up some space. Guys, he didn't deal with it at all, and Cook couldn't get the ball under control and take a shot at goal. But that was a good chance there for Walker, and he stood on the ball at the crucial moment. And guys, he managed to clear. But then when the ball went back into the area, Cook found some space but just couldn't position his body to control it or get a shot away.
Yeah, it was literally just a ball that was drilled in. Took a couple of little knocks on its way through as well, so not a cat and hell's chance that Walker was expecting that. And thankfully for Guiseley, he couldn't adjust his body or get a good enough shot on, and the danger passed.
Aldershot 1, Dover 1, and Southport 1, Gateshead 1. We're trailing here, I'm afraid. Barrow lead Jason Walker, the goal scorer. A great moment defensively from Guiseley's perspective, but also some controversy and a clear handball in the build-up through the move a few moments before the eventual decisive move. Guiseley have a free kick.
Still, only the second goal conceded in 4 games.
Yeah, true.
But I think with this one, what's going to infuriate Mark is the manner in which it was conceded. Firstly, from the build-up play, and secondly, from the defending.
Guiseley get the ball forward down the left flank, and it's knocked out for a throw. Danny Lowe will take. He's got Craddock. He goes back here to Jake Lawler. Lowe now on the ball into Adam Boys. Adam Boys lays it back to Jake Lawler up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. But guys, he just can't make headway. It's well defended by Barrow. Danny Boschel now forced back into his own half. Keeps hold of the ball, gives it to Wayne Brooksby, but Brooksby's closed down quickly. He does well to lay it back to Boschel, who's temporarily in right-back position. Then good work from Hatfield in midfield, battling hard to keep hold of the ball, plays it to the right-hand side. Nicky Boschel now floats it over with the left foot towards Adam Boys. Doesn't find him. Boys gets some space in the area. He's still free, but he's just unable to control and take the ball down. He was onside, but again, with his back to goal when the ball came to him at an awkward height, he couldn't control, and then it was tidied up by the 2 centre-halves, Livesey and Grand. Yeah,
it was Grand, and I think Williams was over there as well, and it was a difficult one for Adam Boys to get under control. He possibly wasn't expecting the ball forward as it was.
Now Howarth on this left-hand side, comes in towards the edge of the 18-yard box, lays it square here into the ball again. There's an onside decision that gives Barrow an almost brilliant chance to get a second. The offside flag stayed down. Alex Ray Harvey was clean through on goal. It's blocked and cleared. Guiseley could really have been 2 goals down there. And there's an inquest again in the back line. Adam Lockwood looking across to see just how did Alex Ray Harvey find himself in such a clear position to score a goal.
Yeah, that was an excellent chance, wasn't it, for Alex Ray Harvey? Took it on the half volley straight at Steve Drench, thankfully, but
then another chance from distance here comes in from Howarth, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Everyone in the yellow shirt there, though, was looking for the offside flag, weren't they? And stood still. The flag didn't go up, and this is the dangers. If you're not aware that the flag isn't going up, you can be caught out, and Guiseley very nearly were.
Altrincham 1, Grimsby 1. It's just really surprising there on 2 occasions now. Guiseley have been caught sleeping, potentially, at the back. Now Fofana inside the centre circle, skips past 2 or 3 players. Good piece of skill from Fofana, plays the ball to the left-hand side, picked up now as Harworth goes into the area, blocked. Good tackle comes in from Hatfield. Back here to Ashton. Ashton with the left boot plays it out to the left-hand side where Howarth gives it back to Ashton. Then there's a trip from Danny Boschel, which on Alex Ray Harvey, Alex Ray Harvey, which gives a free kick to Barrow in a dangerous position. Rather unnecessary little dig by the assistant manager there. And this is a dangerous position for the Bluebirds to press the Guiseley defence again. Yeah,
I was just about to say it was completely needless. You know, he was back to goal. Boschel stood directly behind him, just outside, 3-4 yards outside the 18-yard box, and he's just tapped him on the ankle. And a player in that position, that close to goal, is going to go down, give his side the opportunity to make something from this.
It's a good free kick position here for Barrow, about 3 yards up from the 18-yard box. It's curled in, blocked by the 4-man wall. Barrow, though, get the second phase once again. Hoisted into the area, nodded down by Livesey. Down to the left-hand side now. Walker crosses in towards the 6-yard box. Claimed by Stephen Drench on this occasion, unchallenged. And he plays it forward immediately, looking to release Tom Craddock. But it goes down the left-hand side. And there isn't a Guiseley man in that territory. And it's out for a Barrow throw in right-back position. 1-0 to Barrow. Goal on 35 minutes from Jason Walker. Guiseley could have been further behind. Alex Ray Harvey a few moments ago in a fantastic position on the edge of the 6-yard box. Everyone thought he was offside at it seems, in that defence, but he wasn't, and in the end didn't take the chance to give Barrow the second goal, but Guiseley haven't taken their chances either. Adam Boyes has had a couple, and now they're pressing again here. Hatfield on the ball, up from right back on the right-hand side. He's muscled off it, and Barrow come away with the ball, and they spray the ball towards the right-hand side. A super ball there from Mellor. And now Guiseley are really on the back foot here because the ball's into the area with Cook. Cook with the left shot is blocked by Atkinson. Good blocking challenge comes in from the centre half. Guiseley can't clear their lines, and in the end, Mellor is adjudged to have pulled down Hatfield. Will Hatfield will give Guiseley a free kick in right back position.
I think Guiseley in this first 44 minutes were almost that have been, dare I say, out-muscled physically. They've just looked second best physically. You know, all the second balls are being picked up by Barrow. It just seems an eternity since we really had a clear-cut chance.
Well, now Adam Boyes has been pushed in the back there by Simon Grand, much to the home side's displeasure. Adam Boyes has now given Guiseley a free kick in a decent position, this. A few yards up from the edge of the D. We're going to have 1 minute of stoppage time as we're 5 seconds from the 45. So this could be the last chance for Guiseley to get a goal before the break. Nicky Boschel is standing over it, and Wayne Brooksby. There is a 5-man wall on the 18-yard line. Just about. Nicky Boschel takes over the left foot. Oh, what a superb strike from Nicky Boschel from the free kick. Curled the ball over the wall into the top right-hand corner of the goal, and Guiseley are back on level terms.
That is absolutely magnificent from Nicky Boschel. Terrific. We looked at it, thought it was set up for the left footer, and what a hit. What a hit. Brilliant. We saw him score a great free kick in pre-season against Park Avenue. This one is better. That is fantastic. Barrow 1, Guiseley 1.
Well, that was such an important time goal, wasn't it? Because Guiseley we were just looking a little bit like a side on the back foot, weren't we? If we're boxer in the ring, we were up against the ropes there, and they could have had a second goal, obviously with that chance with Alex Ray Harvey a few moments ago. And you know, that free kick came from nowhere. Adam Boyes won it. The goal kick, the kickoff is taken and out for a Guiseley throw in right back position, and they'll be gutted at the way they've conceded that cheap free kick, and even more gutted the strike that Nicky Boschel has hit there.
Yeah, very much so. I said a moment before, didn't I, that it seemed like an eternity since we'd had a clear-cut chance. They get a free kick, not too dissimilar to the one we'd seen from Andy Cook a few minutes earlier, and we've made the most of it.
And the half-time whistle goes, and what a strike from Nicky Boschel on the stroke of half-time. Free kick. He hit it with the left foot, curled into the top right-hand corner. Guiseley back onto level terms here at the Furness Building Society Stadium. It is Barrow 1, Guiseley 1.
Yeah, exquisite free kick to bring Guiseley back level in a game which, frankly, Barrow have probably shaded. We won't complain, and nor will the 50 or so, perhaps, travelling Guiseley fans to our right-hand side. They won't complain either. Stunning free kick. And we're on level terms. And the best bit, it can't finish 1-0, Colin.
Absolutely. Hey, we've seen 2 goals for the first time in the Vanarama National. That is more history that's been made. So, Guiseley back on level terms at the break. I think we're going to take a 5-10 minute break or so here at the ground just to recharge our batteries. Before we do, I'll just see. I'm not sure if I can get the half-time scores here, so we might have to bring you those later. But half-time here, the all-important game. It's Barrow 1, Guiseley 1. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Welcome back here to the Furnace Building Society Stadium. The Lions just coming out of the changing rooms for the second half. Chance for us to get the half-time scores of the Vanarama National League games. Chris, have you got the scores there in front of you?
I have indeed. So, half-times in the Vanarama National: Aldershot 1, Dover 1, Aldringham 1, Grimsby 1, Barrow 1, Guiseley 1, Borehamwood 0, Forest Green 0, Bromley 0, Braintree 1, Chester 1, Cheltenham 0, Kidderminster 0, Wrexham 1, Lincoln City 3, Macclesfield Town 2, Southport 1, Gateshead 1, Torquay 0, Woking 0, Tranmere 0, Halifax 0, and Welling 1, Eastleigh 1.
Interesting scores there. Well, that Lincoln score there,
5 goals in one half. That's good. You can see what's going to happen now, though. Goalless second half.
Almost certainly. Managers will get onto them at half-time, get them to tighten up. Just a quick shout-out to those of you who tweeted us. We managed to get it through the thin internet connection that we've got tonight, but thanks to Beth Kirby, who says great commentating tonight.
Oh,
so maybe she's listening to something else. Nick and Johnny Misson are on tenterhooks. I don't know what this means. Meat pie, sausage roll, come on Guiseley, give us a goal.
Do you not remember that England song from many years back?
Of course I do.
It's a bit cheesy.
And George McPherson. It's not segregated tonight, no, George, so they're swapping ends. No idea how many Guiseley fans we've got. There's a decent number that came across in the coach, and they're all congregated away to our left.
We're probably talking about 40 so.
Yeah, possibly, maybe.
A few more that are like us have made this trip.
I think maybe more interspersed around because we've had
Yeah.
a few sort of giving us grief in front of us.
Grief.
But we're in better spirits than we might have been as we went into that break, because up until Nicky Boschel's fantastic equaliser on the stroke of half-time, it just looked like the Lions were up against the ropes. We were really pressed back, and quite possibly could have been 2 goals down had Alex Ray Harvey taken the chance where he looked to have broken the offside trap rather emphatically, and had time and space on the edge of the 6-yard box to make it 2.
Yeah, everybody stopped still. You know, everybody just stood there and basically it was almost like waiting for him to put it into the back of the net. Thankfully for Guiseley, he put it straight out Steve Drench. Made his job very, very easy. But I'd say everyone in a yellow shirt was expecting the flag to go up. Likewise with the goal, actually, that we conceded. That rebound, I think somebody was expecting an offside flag. Didn't happen. But we saw the likes of Adam Lockwood and Danny Boschel having serious words with both the assistant referee on that far side and with the referee.
But it was a wonderful goal from Nicky Boschel that's levelled things here. Both sides are already out. We're waiting for the officials, actually, and I think what's happened is both managers have decided to play the old get out there and look ready for the second half card. And
We
come
had
out
this at
early.
Welling as well, didn't we? Well, the players on both sides are out well before the officials.
So both sides have come out with the intent of showing the other that they're more ready than the other one. It's a bit like a game of scissors, paper, stones, where they both played the same hand.
And in the end now, they're both a bit cold.
So, as you can probably tell, the referee, Ollie Yates, is out, and his officials. Guys, are about to get us back underway for the second half. Go through those 2 lineups again for you in a moment, but the Lions shooting from right to left. Now in all yellow strips, playing Barrow, who are playing in white shirts, blue shorts and white socks. And guys, you'll be hoping to build on that wonderful goal from Nicky Boschel just on the break to get back into this game and get back to level pegging after Barrow had scored in somewhat controversial circumstances and almost gone 2-0 up. Wayne Brooksby, meanwhile, seems to be stopped in his tracks rather forcibly and earns a free kick on the right-hand side, about level with the centre circle, just a few yards in from the touchline.
Yeah, he did well there, didn't he, Wayne Brooksby? Saw the obstacle ahead of him, and he made sure it ran straight into him, frankly.
Guys, you get the big men forward. So I'll just go through those team lineups in a moment, but there's a chance here for the Lions with this free kick. It's floated in towards the edge of the area, up towards Rob Atkinson. Livesey makes a superb header clearer. Danny Boschel gets it back into the box, but again, Barrow clear their lines. Now the Lions have to watch out for the counter-attack because it goes upfield, finds Cook. Cook has 2 players with him, gets it out to the left-hand side, and then there's an offside flag. And they'll be very disappointed that Howarth managed to get himself offside. He looks frustrated. So quickly those line-ups: Stephen Drench, Danny Lowe, Adam Lockwood, Jake Lawler, Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel in for Zach Thompson today, Adam Boys, Thomas Craddock, Will Hatfield, Nicky Boschel, Rob Atkinson, and then Barrow, Joel Dixon, George Williams, Neil Ashton, Danny Livesey, Simon Grand, Andy Howarth, Dave Mellor, Mo Fofana, Alex Ray Harvey in midfield, the two up front, Jason Walker and Andy Cook. 1-1, 47 minutes gone. Guiseley with the ball inside the Barrow half. Jake Lawler struggling to get the ball under control. Gives it away to Cook. Cook plays it to the left-hand side. Now Guiseley are in a bit of trouble as Howarth gets the ball into the area, looking for Alex Ray Harvey. The ball allowed to run, and Stephen Drench rather unconventionally watches it past the on-rushing midfielder and eventually grabs the ball at the edge of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, that's a little bit too casual for my liking. If I'm the goalkeeper, if you're watching the keeper, you want him to just make sure he's got it rather than letting it roll all the way across the 18-yard box and picking it up at the last second.
Ball headed up in the air. Now Guiseley try to win it back here with Nicky Boschel. Nicky Boschel's won the free kick on the edge of the centre circle. Danny Boschel just puts this one down and is going to leave it, in fact, for Lockwood. It's going to be short, I would imagine, this time. Actually, it goes long from Lockwood up towards Boschel. Boschel doesn't win that header. It's headed away well by Mellor. Guiseley can't capitalise on that occasion, but they do earn a throw on the right-hand side. And this time it's a chance for Hatfield to put the ball into the box. He's got Craddock coming short. And Brooksby making a run into the area. Intelligent run. He's got Fofana blocking him. Brooksby wins the ball inside the penalty area, back to goal. Goes back to the right-hand side. Hatfield crosses, takes a deflection off Fofana. Out for another Guiseley throw, just up from the corner flag.
Yeah, good spell of pressure this. Just be nice if Guiseley can get that perfect ball in and make something from these.
Ball into the penalty area from Hatfield, but defended well again. Jake Lawler wins the header, sends it back into the edge of the Barrow penalty area, but it's defended. And Guiseley now win the ball back actually from Alex Ray Harvey. Then an effort from distance from Nicky Boschel. He tries to lob the goalkeeper from long range. Joel Dixon, watch the ball just float over the edge of the crossbar. But it was a great bit of invention there from Nicky Boschel. After Danny Boschel did well to win the ball back off Alex Ray Harvey. And Guiseley, again, just asking a couple of questions thanks to the invention of Nicky Boschel.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking 30 yards or so there, and he's tried to lob the goalkeeper who, you know, I've heard one or two Barrow supporters earlier saying that he isn't the biggest of keepers. And it seemed to dip, didn't it, the last second as well. At first you thought, oh, that's never going to make it. And then it dipped just over the top, though, unfortunately for Nicky Boschel.
George Williams now on the ball for Barrow over the halfway line from right back. Plays it in field. Plays a nice 1-2 with Fofana. Doesn't get the return ball, though, because Danny Lowe wins it back off him. Danny Lowe now comes over the halfway line with the ball. Takes a deflection off Williams. Earns Guiseley a throw. Inside the Barrow half. Danny Lowe square now to Danny Boschel. Boschel is bundled off the ball fairly by Mellor. And now Guiseley, a little bit weak physically on the ball in middle of the park there. Have to watch because the Howarth comes forward. Drives forward with the ball and takes a long-range effort that's way over the bar and behind for a goal kick for Stephen Drench to take.
Yeah, it was guys that they're losing the physical battle in the centre of the park. It just allowed, I think, Mellor it was, to come forward and I had some space ahead of him. Went for goal earlier than some would have done. And as it is, it's high, wide, and not at all handsome, I think is the phrase.
Goal kick, Stephen Drench takes up into the Barrow half. Headed on by Danny Lowe, but Wayne Brooksby does well actually to win the ball, showing a better physical presence himself there. Goes down the right-hand side, runs on the ball, but again, good work from Mellor. Mellor stands in front of him. Brooksby lunges to try and win the ball back. Mellor goes down and grabs his ankle, but I'm not so sure he's so badly hurt. It rather looked worse than I think it was.
It certainly seemed a little bit needless, though, didn't it? Because the ball was away and Brooksby has lunged slightly. I don't know how much contact he's made, but it was the fact that he went in for that kind of challenge, though. It looked a little bit risky to me.
Yeah, so what you do is you just stand in front of the player who you know is going to make the challenge and
wait
you
for
wait for it to come. Now Guiseley are on the ball with Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe plays it to the left-hand side. Craddock doesn't get it, though. It's well blocked. And it was Williams who made the challenge, and then a good challenge comes in from Rob Atkinson on Cook on the halfway line. Referee says the ball was won fairly, but Barrow win the ball back anyway, and now it's Alex Ray-Harvey who was looking to get on the end of Cook's pass. In the end, Danny Lowe gets ahead of the Barrow midfielder, and the ball is cleared up towards the halfway line. Up towards Boys, but headed away well by Livesey, and now a chance here for Danny Boschel to move the ball down the left-hand side. Plays it in towards the edge of the 18-yard box, looking to release Adam Boys, but Livesey just shepherds the ball back to the goalkeeper, Joel Dixon. And there is a man down, Alex Ray-Harvey, who's just going to need some attention.
Yeah, he was up on his feet until the ball was safe in the goalkeeper's hands, and then it's just gone down.
It's not a bad start, actually, for the second period from the Lions. I think we've had the better of the early sparring. There's a good chance there for Nicky Boschel, who, well, a good bit of invention from Nicky Boschel, who took that long-range effort from 30 yards. But we've had the ball in the Barrow half a lot more than we certainly were at the end of that first period.
Yeah. I think what we were saying about the physical aspect, we've kind of shown a bit. There's been a few meaty challenges coming from one or two guys, players, that wanting to try and, add that physicality that seemed to be missing in the first half. I think Mark would have told them just to kind of, man up a bit. You know what I mean? Just don't be afraid of getting hurt, because, Barrow have shown that they're a physically strong side. A couple of goals gone in the Vanarama National. Braintree have got a second at Bromley, and it's now Lincoln 4, Macclesfield 2. And there's been a sending off for Kidderminster in their game against Wrexham. So it's still 1-0 to the visitors, with Kidderminster down to 10.
Kidderminster, no doubt, are all over Wrexham.
Ooh.
I read the match
You've been
reports.
reading the reviews and the reports then, have you?
Yeah. Had to have a chuckle.
What was quite comical about that, I thought, is that both sets of fans on the respective forums were saying how much the manager of each of the opposition had been watching a completely different game.
It is a bit of attention now needed for Alex Ray-Harvey. He's had to go off the field. It seems to be something with the hip or the ankle. It's taken a while for him to get back into this game, so Barrow temporarily down to 10, I think, and
Looks like they may bring on a substitute as well. They're ready in one now.
Guiseley now play the ball down the right-hand side, looking for Boschel. Ball's cleared. Out for a Guiseley throw. It's about level with the the centre circle on the right-hand side. Harvey now back on the field. Thumbs up to the physio. So he's obviously feeling okay. Plays the ball away with his first touch as Alex Ray-Harvey now picks the ball up down the right-hand side. Now looking like he's suffering no ill effects. Tries to go past Danny Boschel. Does. Keeps the ball going. In field now. Cross to Mellor. Mellor gets it back to Alex Ray-Harvey, who spins on the ball. Gives it to Howarth. The ball chipped in towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Helped away by Jake Lawler. Battling with Nicky Boschel, but Mellor sticks at his task. Guiseley eventually get the ball away. Craddock has no chance of getting hold of that one. And it's out for a Barrow throw.
Yeah, it was just hoofed clear by Guiseley. And as we say, Craddock was... he was never going to keep that in. But with credit to him, he kept running into a position where he hoped to.
But it was a good work from Alex Ray-Harvey. George Williams throws the ball in. Jake Lawler gets it away. Adam Boys trying to get in the thick of things. Sorry, Wayne Brooksby, rather. Trying to win the ball back on the edge of the centre circle inside the Ghazi half. And then a rather aimless pass forward from Simon Grand. That goes all the way back to Stephen Drench. And that just gives the Guiseley keeper a chance just to hold on to the ball for a moment. Allow Guiseley to recover their shape. Because that run there from Alex Ray-Harvey did seem to pull us out of position a little bit. Now, Barrow on the ball, play it down the left-hand side. Cut out well, and Lockwood steps away over the centre circle, plays it to the left-hand side, into the feet of Nicky Boschel. Good flick from Nicky Boschel into Tom Craddock. Craddock can't control the first time. Nicky Boschel almost wins the ball back off Mellor, but Mellor sticks to his task well. Before, guys, who win the ball back from a loose ball. Jake Lawler now inside the Barrow half, on the edge of the centre circle, square to Boschel. Danny Boschel, that is. Danny Boschel on the centre circle, just keeping the ball ticking over, not trying to do anything too inventive just at this moment in time, because Barrow have again retained that good shape that they have in that first half period that frustrated us for long periods. Wayne Brooksby combines well with Hatfield. The ball into Jake Lawler. Jake Lawler's little dink forward, cut out well, and the ball goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Dixon. Dixon gets a good connection, a good foot through it, high in the air, headed away by Lockwood. But now Barrow come forward with a bit of purpose, and it's a chance here for Walker. Skips the ball over Drench, and it almost dips under the crossbar, over the crossbar, onto the top of the net and behind, and Guiseley get away with one. Jason Walker, who was put clean through, really in a one-on-one with Stephen Drench, should have done better. Just put too much on the ball as he lobbed it over the Guiseley keeper, hit the top of the net, and Guiseley get away with it.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate for Jason Walker, it has to be said, because that was a cracking ball over the top. Again, nobody read it from a Guiseley perspective, and he's just lifted it over, and just when you expect it to drop just under and inside the goal, thankfully for Steve Drench and for Guiseley, it's onto the roof of the net. But that's another good chance for Barrow, and another chance where we've seen them kind of just get in behind a little bit too easily.
Yeah, it was a simple ball, wasn't it, between the front two, and when Jason Walker pulls off his defender, he's in oceans of space.
I said at the start of the season, I've got a little bit of a concern with Atkinson and Lockwood, is I think physically and aerially they're a cracking partnership, but in terms of mobility and pace, I think we've seen it a couple of times in these first few games that they can be caught out with pace.
So Guiseley have a throw in left back position at the moment. Barrow now begin to feel the tempo of the game turns back in their favour after Guiseley had a bright spell in the early part of the second half. 58 minutes gone. Ball goes out and out for a Guiseley goal kick. But a great chance there for Jason Walker. The ball just over the crossbar, just looked like it might be dipping under after he was put clean through on goal. And at the other end, of course, we had that chance that Nicky Boschel crafted from long range. That one over the top of the crossbar after it looked like he might just have caught Joel Dixon off his line.
Couple more goals in the Vanarama. It's now 2-0 to Wrexham at Kidderminster, and now Altrincham 2, Grimsby 1.
Big scoreline there, Moss Lane. Guiseley now struggling just as they get the ball to keep hold of it on the right-hand side. Barrow managed to defend that one well, takes a deflection off Craddock and out for a throw-in for Barrow in left-back position midway through their own half. 1-1 as we approach the hour mark. Barrow took the lead on 35 minutes, Jason Walker, and Guiseley equalised with a superb free kick from Nicky Boschel. Now the Lions battling for the ball in the halfway line. They lose out on this occasion as Howarth moves down the left-hand side, but again it's all rather crowded as they scrap for the ball. Fofana battling with Brooksby. Brooksby wins it on this occasion. Brooksby runs forward, plays it out.
Oh.
It's a terrible ball to the left-hand side. I think he thought Danny Lowe was on the left touchline the way he played that ball, but Lowe was actually only about 10 yards away from him. So Barrow win the ball back. Throw here taken quickly by Williams. Williams now gets the ball back, crosses towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Walker's free, he shoots. Oh, just past the upright. That could have been a second again for Barrow. Two good pieces of movement up front from the Barrow front two, and a little flick on again from Cook. Cook and Walker combining so well from the cross from George Williams. And then Walker finds himself with space at the back post, but he drills the ball across the face of the goal and across in front of the upright and behind for a goal kick.
Another massive, massive chance for Barrow. And as you take a big sigh of relief, and I don't blame you, because that's another chance where Barrow have got through that guy's background a bit too easily. And that, again, just the cross come shot. It was definitely a shot, but one of those, it flashed across the face of goal that any touch probably would have turned it in. Guys are living a little bit dangerously defensively in this the first few moments of this second half.
Guys, who win a free kick inside their own half.
I think what's concerning at the moment for me is that Guiseley aren't looking anywhere near as troubling going forward as Barrow are.
Well, it seems very simple balls, long balls over the top are causing us more problems. And thanks to the invention, actually, of Walker and Cook, two very good front pairings. Guys, we look a little bit flat-footed at the back. Drench. Now with the free kick, he sends it long, up towards Craddock. Craddock nods it down. This time picked up by Boschel. Nicky Boschel takes an effort from distance. And this time it goes wide without really troubling Joel Dixon's goal.
Yeah, didn't have many options there, did he? Nicky Boschel. It was him and one of the in between 3 or 4 Barrow shirts. And then he just stamps at it with his left foot and it goes away from goal.
61 minutes gone. And it's a goal kick to Barrow. The scores at 1 each. Flicked on now as they look to make their way into the final third, but this time the header is wayward and it'll be a Guiseley throw in left-back position.
Yeah, what have we got on the clock?
Half an hour to go, give or take. 28 minutes to go.
Guiseley really need to find some form of it's just somebody that can get hold of the ball up front, try and get others into play, because when we're going forward, we're losing it too easily. We've got 1,440, is that the attendance? So it's a good crowd for a Tuesday night here at Holker Street. Oh, sorry, the Furnace Building Society Stadium as it is now.
That's right.
It'll always be Holker Street to me.
There's always a sponsor arrangement needed. Goal kick for the Lions, taken by Stephen Drench after a little bit of a delay. The Lions get the ball into the Barrow half, and it's helped back immediately into Guiseley territory. Fofana gets the ball in the edge of the centre circle, but can't control. Danny Lowe ships the ball away from left back, headed on, picked up now by Nicky Boschel on the halfway line. Fofana close to him, square now to Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe cuts in field, square now to Jake Lawler. Lawler chips the ball out towards the left-hand side. Nicky Boschel into the box, helped away again by the Barrow defence. Nicky Boschel runs the ball down, and then the goalkeeper, Joel Dixon, in a bit of a running race with Craddock, wins the ball just ahead of Craddock. Craddock clips him and gets an injury for his trouble. Free kick goes to the Barrow keeper, and Craddock, who was in a sincere effort to try and win the ball, in opportunity really to press the goalkeeper into the clearance. It results in nothing but a free kick to Barrow and a bit of a knock on the ankle for Tom Craddock, who happily is up and running. Yeah, he certainly seems to come off the worst of the two then, but as you say, back up on his feet. Clearance goes down the right-hand side from the free kick, looking for Cook, and Cook forces Lockwood into conceding the corner. And that's disappointing from Adam Lockwood's perspective and Guiseley's, because it was a tame ball down the right-hand side, but Cook stuck to his task well, and Lockwood will be bitterly disappointed to have conceded that corner cheaply. Corner on the right-hand side. Guiseley now have to fend off 5 or 6 white shirts that are in the area, and this one is gone towards a goal, and a great tip over from Stephen Drench from Cook. Cook's header, he leapt up at the back post, won the header cleanly. It was goal bound. Stephen Drench had to leap high and push the ball over the crossbar. Don't know how Andy Cook got up there, but that was a terrific header. He seemed to rise out of a crowd of about half a dozen players and did very, very well to get his header. He was on target. Steve Drench had to be aware. Good save to tip it over the crossbar. Still 7 white shirts in that box for them to aim for them this corner from the other side. This time it goes in towards the centre halves. It was Livesey or Grand, one of the two, I think, that were the intended targets. They couldn't direct the ball towards a goal on that occasion, but Guiseley can only help it out for a throw in this time on the right-hand side, about level with the 6-yard box. Guess who's going to take this one? It's Williams. And Williams will launch this one long. It's as good as a corner in that respect. So Guiseley still having to dig deep, having to defend very deep in their own penalty area now. This throw to come in from Williams. Williams launches it long into the penalty area, helped away by Lockwood. Only as far as Mellor. Mellor chips it back in towards the edge of the 18-yard box, helped away this time by Atkinson before Hatfield completes the clearance, taken down by Danny Boschel. Guiseley can't get the counter-attack away, and there's a foul, and a referee who gives a free kick and has a decision to talk to Simon Grand.
Yeah, was it Lawler that was caught?
I think it was Adam Boyes, actually, deep inside his own half. But, I think they were trying to win the ball back. To be honest, I didn't think there was too much malice in the challenge. I think he was just late.
Yeah, I think you're quite right. That's
Fractionally
why he's just giving it as a free kick, nothing worse. I think creatively in the centre of the park, Guiseley possibly lacking at the moment. I mean, you're not going to get that with Danny Boschel and Jake Lawler, to be honest. But in terms of getting the balls forward, Guiseley's struggling at the moment.
It's a long one from Stephen Drench. Adam Boyes heads it up in the air, but it's going backwards all the time. Guys are just unable to really get hold of this ball in the way that when Barrow were in that final third, they're looking a little bit more convincing in the last 10, 15 minutes or so, certainly. Now Hatfield goes down the right-hand side. He's battling to try and win the ball. He's bundled over. Free kick has been given. Hatfield's down on the ground, and it's right out by the touchline, about level with the edge of the penalty area on that right-hand side. And this is a chance now for Guiseley to swing the ball in and see if they can get a head onto it. Adam Boyes is in there. Atkinson's in there. Lockwood's in there. Jake Lawler is in there. Chance now for Guiseley to distribute this from the right-hand side. The ball ready to be curled in here by Boschel. Boschel swerves this one into the box. He needs the head of Adam Boyes, but he couldn't direct it goal bound. What a chance that was for Adam Boyes there. A great delivery from the right-hand side. Adam Boyes was in a great position, but he just couldn't get a clean connection on the head, and he sent the ball wide. And Guiseley spurn a good opportunity there to test the goalkeeper at the very least and quite possibly take the lead in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Boschel's free kick was pinpoint onto the head of Adam Boyes, the man that would be desperate to get a goal against his former side, but, you know, that just goes wide. Big chance.
Well, there's a substitute warming up for Barrow. Meanwhile, Guiseley get a free kick. Nicky Boschel is caught in the centre circle. They're not going to take the substitute just yet, because Adam Lockwood will take the free kick first. He sends it up towards Adam Boyes. Boyes controls once, plays a good ball through here. Nicky Boschel with a bit of space, finds Tom Craddock with a shot. Oh, he hits the post. Back here to Brooksby. Brooksby shot straight at the goalkeeper, but a good piece of movement there. Tom Craddock, who has hit the woodwork now twice in games he's started, has yet to got his first goal, and that time a great move, good shot, hits the upright, and eventually Brooksby's return effort is saved by the goalkeeper. And now Barrow come forward down the right-hand side with Williams. Williams is blocked, and Guiseley get the ball away. Brooksby gives it to Boschel, and then a deflection sends it back onto the edge of the 18-yard box. Guiseley with two good chances in the last few moments now to take the lead in this game, and it's helped away, picked up now by Danny Lowe. There's been times when we've been on our ropes. Brain Brooksby's been brought down here by Alex Ray Harvey, and I think that will be the first yellow card of the night. Not quite sure what you made of that.
Caught him, definitely caught him. You know, Brooksby goes down, free kick given. I'm not entirely sure it's a booking, if I'm honest, but I suppose it's we're probably due one. We haven't had any up to this point.
It feels like that, doesn't it, with the way the games go, don't they? You just think, oh, it's 70 minutes, that'll be the first booking, won't it?
All of a sudden, though, Guiseley seem to have woken up for me. You know, we've had two great chances, and again, that one there, it was one of those, if Brooksby fires that rebound anywhere, but where he did, it would ripple the net.
Danny Lowe floats the ball up towards the back post, looking for Lockwood. Goalkeeper comes off his line, claims it bravely.
Very well.
In front of Adam Lockwood, and almost sets the counter-attack off perfectly. He does. He finds actually Alex Ray Harvey, who sends a ball here to Cook. Cook is charging through on goal. He's only got one defender to beat. Takes it past. Oh, what a great tackle comes in from Danny Lowe, and twice to deny Cook, just as he looked like he'd got past Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe put a foot out from behind him to tackle Cook, and then got the ball on the second occasion, but the danger hasn't passed. Barrow still have the ball. This time it's deflected, and Wayne Brooksby gets it away up to Tom Craddock. But what a great piece of defending, unconventionally, from Danny Lowe that was. Just as Cook looked like he was going to go clean through on goal. Helped away by the Barrow defence, and guys, you pick it up with Lockwood, who sends it rather aimlessly forward and back to Joel Dixon.
Yeah, it certainly looked like Danny Lowe was going to drop and give him 20 there from push-ups, because it was that position. He dropped to all fours, stuck his leg out, possibly got more luck than judgment, But as it turns out, great piece of defending.
Now Lowe's actually unable to clear from left back. He plays it straight into Williams. Williams wins the ball, gets the ball in towards the back post. Stephen Drench punches it away from Cook, who's at the back post, picked up by Mellor. Now Guiseley are back against the ropes again as Barrow press. This time Ashton out to the left-hand side. The cross is blocked. Guiseley still deeply on the back of the on the back foot on the edge of the 18-yard box. Barrow with the ball with Fofana now, just inside the Guiseley half. Plays it down the right-hand side, finds Williams. Williams chases this one. Brooksby using a turn of pace, just gets ahead of the Barrow fullback and gets it in between him and the ball. Now has to do some good defensive work, clears, but only as far as Fofana. It wasn't as convincing a clearance as you'd like. Craddock gets across the man and will win the free kick. And they feel that Craddock ran into Fofana, and Fofana is the man who is penalised. And it's a chance now for Barrow to have the substitute that they've been planning. And it looks like Elliot Newby who will be coming on for Mo Fofana. So that will be his last contribution. And Mo Fofana is replaced by Elliot Newby. So Guiseley still yet to roll the dice, but Barrow made the first change.
Yeah, it's not surprising, really. They've taken off Mo Fofana, who's a defensive-minded midfielder. Brought on somebody that might be able to add a little bit more life into that Barrow attack, because as if they need it, really, because they've had the better of the chances up until that last 5 minutes or so.
Ball's cleared. Guiseley headed on by Lockwood up towards Jake Lawler, but again, Barrow picked the ball up in that centre circle. It's down the right-hand side here with Newby, the substitute, with his first touch. Lays it back. It's a poor one. Gives it straight to Craddock on the halfway line. Craddock's under pressure. Does well to hold on to it. Jake Lawler, Craddock combined. Brooksby plays it forward. Finds Nicky Boschel. Boschel sends it over the top. There's a chase on for boys. The keeper comes out of his area and heads it clear. Picked up now by Boschel. Guys, you have players forward, but again, good defensive work from Barrow, who get good shape back very quickly. And in the end, Wayne Brooksby, despite some invention, can't get past the two defenders and is incredulous that the throw goes against him. Barrow weren't expecting it either. It's a throw in right back position for the home side.
Yeah, certainly seemed to me like it came off a white shirt. Excellent bit of work from Nicky Boschel before that. He's grown into this game. Midway through first half, I kind of thought he wasn't showing a great deal of himself, but he's really played fairly well in this second half. He's looked creative. He's looked to be that creative spark in the Guiseley midfield.
Barrow with a throw on the right-hand side now with just 15 or 16 minutes to go. It's going to be Williams who will take this throw, so therefore it's almost as good as a corner again. But he takes it short this time. Goes to Newby, shows what I know. He plays the ball into the box and there's an offside flag, but nonetheless, Stephen Drench claims it comfortably in his hands.
He's just proving he's got other options, that's all.
And that I know nothing. Not that anybody needed to know that. There's going to be a change for the Lions shortly. Can't really tell who is getting ready up the other side, but in the meantime, Guiseley get the ball down this left-hand side. Craddock can't get past Williams, who's worked very hard, and he clears. Taking a deflection, though, picked up by Brooksby now on the right-hand side. Can't get the return ball from Craddock. Craddock keeps hold of it, goes in field, plays a lovely one in here towards Jake Lawler. Jake Lawler just wasn't ready to take the ball in his stride and overhits it and mishits it, and now there's a chance for Barrow to come away on the counter-attack. They move very swiftly down this left-hand side. They've got three in the box to aim for. It's up towards Cook. Newby collects on the edge of the 18-yard box. Jake Lawler back in defensive duties, gets his foot across. Adam Lockwood doesn't make a convincing clearance this time, concedes a throw. And who will that be that will come and take? But of course, Williams. 1-1 still. Quite how it's 1-1, I'm not quite sure. There's been golden chances for both sides in the second half.
Yeah, this will be a long one.
Long throw comes this time from Williams. In towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Seems to be a bit of a tussle. And there's a complaint about the free kick that's given against, I think it was Livesey, who was the man forward. And
it's Gavin Rothery.
Yes, Gavin Rothery is indeed going to come on. Who would you say will be coming off here?
Yeah, probably Bosch. Oh, he's gone for Brooksby.
Wayne Brooksby, yes. I didn't think he'd take off Danny Boschel. I thought, and Nicky Boschel's been very convincing today. He's been the swap that has been done before. So Gavin Rothery actually will come on for Wayne Brooksby. Perhaps Wayne Brooksby's run his socks off this evening. And he trundles across this time, showing no turn of pace, to go off and be replaced by Gavin Rothery. How do you think that makes the lineup now? Do you think that changes anything?
I think that looks like, for me, Boschel, Nicky Boschel that is, may come across this left-hand side, perhaps where Brooksby was. Although Rothery's the man that's come all the way across this side. So it looks like for like in terms of positional.
Yeah, I think it's exactly as we were, really. The ball up from Stephen Drench in towards Jake Lawler, flicked on, picked up now by Tom Craddock. Some distance from goal, takes a shot. It takes a bit of a swerve and goes away from goal in the end, and rather tamely wide. But he took up a good position there, Tom Craddock.
Yeah, Nicky Boschel wasn't too happy though. He was over on that right-hand side. He'd pulled across into some space. And you can tell that Tom Craddock is getting to the stage now where he's just got to think he needs to have these shots to open his account. You know, he's hit the woodwork twice in these opening 4 games. It's just not falling for him goals-wise so far.
Ball's picked up by Hatfield in right back. He will take the throw. But we look like we're going to have another change for Barrow. They don't seem to be taking it just yet, making the change just yet. Guiseley can't get out of their back line because the throw is being conceded. Williams picks it up, plays it over the top. This time too far for the Bluebirds to get on the end of, and it's behind for a Guiseley goal kick again.
I'll be surprised if this isn't Ashley Grimes for Barrow.
And indeed it is. Not. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, Ashley Grimes.
Like for like change.
Comes on for Jason Walker. And Jason Walker, well, he's probably delighted with his goal, but frustrated he didn't add to his tally because he had that wonderful chance in the second half when he lobbed Stephen Drench, but just couldn't get the ball underneath the crossbar. And Ashley Grimes, of course, a great pedigree, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's another lad that came through the Manchester City youth ranks and up at Millwall. He's been at the likes of Lincoln and Rochdale and was last season, I'd say, at Walsall in League One last year. So great pedigree and a cracking goal scorer in the league. So you'd expect at this level for him to be up there on the goal scoring charts come the end of the season.
12 minutes to go. Guiseley and Barrow locked at 1-1. Sorry, Chris.
Somebody that can play off the shoulder of a defence is Ashley Grimes. He likes playing with the big man. And that is basically going to become Andy Cook's role, I think, to be the man to get the flick-ons. I say Grimes, he's got pace, and I alluded to it earlier. That's something that Atkinson and Lockwood, as the game goes on, will have less and less of.
Jake Lawler tips one over the top, looking for Craddock. Craddock gets it between him and the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper Dixon claims that one really bravely at the edge of the 18-yard box to deny Craddock, who was taking the ball down. Great goalkeeping there from Joel Dixon to take the ball away from Tom Craddock. Good invention from the Lions to stick the ball over the top, and Craddock anticipated it so well, but absolutely superb goalkeeping that.
Yeah, you can never knock a goalkeeper when he's as brave as he is then. Superb from the young keeper.
Now the ball up the other end, looking for Newby. It's flicked on by Cook. Newby takes it down. Out on the right-hand side, he's blocked by Danny Lowe. The left-back gets it into Danny Boschel. Boschel helps the ball up to the halfway line. Tom Craddock in a bit of a scrap between him and Danny Livesey. And it goes all the way back to Dixon. Barrow will start patiently from the back again. A long one this time, looking for the left-hand side. Looking for Howarth. Headed out. The throw square here to Grand. Grand sends it over the top once again. This time looking for Grimes. This time it goes on the left-hand side to Howarth. Howarth will cross into the box. Up towards Cook. Cook has a header. Wasn't the best of headers. He sent it goal-bound, but it was never really threatening the goal. And it goes over the crossbar and behind for a goal kick.
Another wasted aerial chance for Barrow. So another good delivery. A couple of goals from elsewhere. It's now 5-2 at Sinsel Bank to Lincoln. And Welling, well, they were leading by 2-1 against Eastleigh. Eastleigh have just equalised there. It's now Braintree 2, Bromley 1.
Now Newby on the ball for Barrow, plays it forward, finds Cook. Cook up against Lockwood. Lockwood doesn't intercept, but Jake Lawler does, and he steps across and takes the ball well. Plays it forward to Nicky Boschel, who gives it all the way back to Hatfield. Played forward by Rob Atkinson now, flicked on by Craddock, but played back comfortably by Grand. Boys doesn't give it up, but the goalkeeper Dixon makes a superb clearance right the way into the Guiseley penalty area, punched clear by Stephen Drench, and it looks like Andy Cook has taken a knock from that, and he's gone to ground and looks to be in a bit of pain. The ball needs to be put out, really, I think, because Cook looks like he needs a bit of attention. He and Stephen Drench went for the ball. Drench got the punch, but I think also in the collision, Cook got knocked, and the physio is swiftly on.
Yeah, neither of them was taking anything for granted. They were both in it, full-blooded. It's just one of those things, isn't it, the collision? Because, to be fair to Drench, he made full contact with the ball, excellent goalkeeping, but there was bound to be some form of collision when you get a striker and a goalkeeper charging like that. It wasn't quite... Was it Schumacher in the 80s World Cup?
No,
it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't like that at all. It was a real battle for a ball there between, and what a great clearance. But how tamely, again, did the Lions' defence fail to pick out the danger there? How can a goalkeeper's clearance, Joel Dixon's clearance, find its way all the way through to the front man, and he'd be clean through on goal?
It was a hell of a clearance, it has to be said, but I know what you're saying. Everybody stepped up. The long ball forward from Dixon caught everybody out again.
I assumed actually that Cook had got an injury to his head because the effort of trying to win the ball, but it looks like it might have been the way he landed in the challenge, because it seems to be his foot that's getting some attention. And there's going to be another Barrow substitute with just 8 minutes to go, and that might well be Sam Cosgrove who's coming on. But they're not looking like they're making it yet. Maybe they just need to see with. Is it? Do you think it looks like his game's over? It looks like it quite possibly could be.
Yeah, he's
Andy Cook.
He's not getting up anywhere soon. In fact, they bring their stretcher on now, so that certainly signifies that Andy Cook's game is over, and he's had a good game. So I think, from Guiseley's perspective, they'll be, glad to see him go off. Not in these circumstances, of course, but he's been a bit of a thorn in the Guiseley backline in this game.
Yeah, nobody likes to see this. So Sam Cosgrove comes on, and Andy Cook has to go off. But Guiseley, who have certainly been threatened by the aerial prowess of Andy Cook. On this instance, watching him actually happily be able to walk himself off the field. And he's up on his feet, and he will be replaced now by Sam Cosgrove. And Sam Cosgrove replaces Andy Cook, who gets a warm round of applause from this Barrow crowd of 1,440 today. It's a debut for Sam Cosgrove. Sorry, Chris, go on.
You just said it exactly as I was going to. I think he's on loan from Wigan, I believe. Signed up today as Sam Cosgrove, so he's going to make his debut.
Let's hope he doesn't have a dream start, eh?
I'll second that.
There'll be 5 minutes to go. I'm sure there'll be some stoppage time yet to add. So we could, we could even be looking at another 5 on top of that. So we wait for Stephen Drench, who will take the goal kick, as has been contrived from the return ball. And this Barrow side, I think they're playing a 4-2-3-1, aren't they? We're lining up 4-4-2 earlier on in this game. They prepare themselves again to repel whatever guys he can throw, and vice versa, look to press the Lions, as they have done quite a lot in this latter stage of the second period. But guys, you've had their chances. The goal kick is now taken, picked up here by Grand. He plays it long again, direct pass over the top that's caused Guiseley trouble. It's taken down by Gavin Rothery, but not controlled. Picked up now by Newby on the right-hand side, up against Danny Lowe. Newby cuts in field, only as far as Nicky Boschel. And then a poor ball. Danny Boschel can take it off him from Newby, and Guiseley can clear from left back. Danny Lowe helps it into the Barrow half. Headed on by Nicky Boschel, but it's picked up well by Barrow. The ball all the way back to their goalkeeper, Joel Dixon. He puts his foot through it. Headed on by Gavin Rothery. Collected at the back here by Livesey, and he sends it long again. Real frenetic stuff towards the end of this game here as both teams stretch the game, go long. Stephen Drench gets the ball from that clearance and then lofts it into touch as Barrow scents blood in the latter stages of this game. 87 minutes gone. Still one each. That goal from Jason Walker for Barrow in the first half gave them the lead. Nicky Boschel with an absolutely superb free kick on the stroke of half-time. Got Guiseley back on level terms. Barrow play a long ball now into the area, but it's gone beyond everyone and into the hands of Stephen Drench. 3 minutes to go, Chris. Anything can happen. And again, just like on Saturday, I feel there might yet be a sting in this game's tail.
I hope you're right. And I hope it's for Guiseley, of course, but it's got that tense feeling again, hasn't it?
Guiseley get the ball here with Rothery. Rothery on the left-hand side. Up against Williams. Gets the ball into the area. Rothery's curled it behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's not a great ball from the substitute, Gavin Rothery, on his left foot. He couldn't pull it back. Going to see one more change for Guiseley. Liam Dickinson replacing Craddock.
Yeah, that's the change, isn't it? Thomas Craddock is going off, and he's going to be replaced by Liam Dickinson. And Guiseley will look to the aerial and physical prowess of Liam Dickinson in the final few moments of this game. And meanwhile, Barrow look to go direct and threaten the Guiseley goal, but this time the ball over the top can't be taken down by Grimes, and Lockwood can just shepherd that one out for a goal kick.
Yeah, solid experience defending there from Adam Lockwood, using his body between Ashley Grimes and the ball, shepherding that out of play. Surely now Dickinson is going to be the focal point of these long balls forward from Drench.
They are indeed up towards Dickinson. He doesn't win that header though, and Barrow again win the ball on the halfway line. They play it to Mellor, playing the ball on the halfway as they get bodies forward to try and eventually send it long towards Newby. They do. Mellor chests it down. Square now. The run forward from Ashton, who receives a rather firm challenge from Hatfield. The ball goes out for a throw. Barrow have players forward. They look to take this throw, and it might actually go into the feet this time of Grimes. And then Ashton delivers a ball into the box, which is claimed by Stephen Drench, comfortably inside the 6-yard box. As we head into the final minute of normal time. Wait to see what's going to be added.
Solid goalkeeping from Drench.
The ball long from Stephen Drench. Guiseley again just can't make the ball stick at all in the Barrow half. A foot comes in from Danny Lowe. He gets the ball up in the air. Again, it's rather untidy from the Lions and picked up well by Barrow, and they move the ball forward again into the Guiseley half with some purpose. Grimes sends it into the box. It's over the top. Drench hesitates. Hatfield hesitates. They both get their lines fluffed, mixed up. Hatfield puts the ball behind for a corner kick when really Stephen Drench should have been able just to claim that one because there wasn't a real threat from Howarth in that, and guys will now have to defend a corner late on. Yeah,
complete lack of communication between goalkeeper and defender there. And so many white shirts have come forward. There's just the one back.
5 white shirts to aim for. The corner comes in up towards the back post over everyone. Newby rather, tries to keep that one in. He does. And Newby looks to deliver from the right-hand side. There'll be 5 added minutes of stoppage time. Guys, he's still defending, and defending deep here. Helped clear only as far as Mellor. Mellor ships the ball forward again over Grimes and out for a goal kick.
So what have we got? 4 and a bit to go now. We must be into it now.
Yeah, 4.5, and you can hear the home crowd urging the side on. They feel the 3 points are here to be taken. And guys, who have been defending stoutly. They've looked a little bit exposed when a couple of balls have gone over the top recently. Stephen Drench And the back line have gotten a couple of mix-ups, but the Lions have rode their luck as well at the back, but they haven't rode their luck up front. They've had a couple of chances at the other end, and certainly might have scored on a couple of occasions in this game. It's been very open, but the finishing from both sides hasn't been spectacular. Now Rob Atkinson sends the ball forward for the Lions, up towards Liam Dickinson. This will be taken by Grant. Dickinson battles hard, wins the ball back, earns Guiseley a throw, takes it short here in towards the feet of Nicky Boschel. He's surrounded by 3 Barrow players who managed to clear their lines, and a ball goes long and forward and is defended well by Rob Atkinson against the threat of Sam Cosgrove. Loney doesn't win the header on that occasion as we approach 2 minutes of the added 5. Barrow now with the ball in their defensive position. They send it long, though, as they set up to go and attack this Guiseley goal once again. Danny Boschel clears up to the halfway line. It'll be recovered, though, by Barrow in the second phase. Sent up in the air by Livesey, up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. There's a claim offside, but nothing given. Newby takes a shot from distance. Sorry, Ashley Grimes it was. It's blocked anyway. Back to the halfway line. Livesey sends it long again, out towards the left-hand side as the home fans urge their side onwards. And it's out for a throw-in in right-back position, which will be taken by Will Hatfield. It's flicked on. Guys, he still can't get the ball away, though. Barrow come back down here. Cosgrove chases. A good bit of defending there from Atkinson. Stands in front of the Wigan Loney, and it's out for a Guiseley goal kick.
Guiseley just need to hang on now. I think the time has gone to look to get forward and nick it. It's all about holding on to what you've got for Guiseley now. What have we got left?
2 more minutes. Flicked on now by Dickinson. Yeah, it certainly feels like that. It certainly looks like we're settling for the point here if we can hold on to it. There's no intention to sneak one at the moment by the looks of it, because Guiseley, again, are under pressure, although they've just capitalised on a loose ball and managed to grab possession back inside their own half. Quickly closed down. Will Hatfield gets the ball away. Flicked on by Adam Boys towards Liam Dickinson, but it's defended comfortably by Barrow and sent back into the hands of Stephen Drench. Just a minute and a half of added time to go. Stephen Drench holds on to the ball as long as he can, then sends it up field in the direction of Liam Dickinson, who somehow contrives to foul Simon Grant. I'm not quite sure how he managed that, but a free kick it is. And this means that it'll go long from the goalkeeper, Joel Dixon. 3 attackers press up front to get on the end of this. Headed up in the air by Lockwood. Guys, he still can't clear their lines. It's still bouncing around awkwardly. Picked up here by Williams. He plays the ball across the face of the 18-yard box. It's tested down and then played across towards the edge of the D before Guiseley managed to hoof the ball into the Barrow half. But Dixon sends it immediately back in an equally direct fashion. It's flicked on rather awkwardly and back to Stephen Drench, who'll just hold on to the ball as long as he can.
It's just turned into a bit of scrappy long ball for this last minute and a half or so, hasn't it?
It has, when you just can't predict where the ball's going each time, can you? Whether it'll fall kindly or not. It certainly doesn't look controlled football by any stretch of the imagination. It's cleared by Drench, headed on by Dickinson, sent back rather awkwardly into Guiseley's half, and Stephen Drench makes no effort whatsoever to prevent that going out for a goal kick. That'll eat up a few more seconds.
Yeah, you'd think that will pretty much be that, hopefully.
It's certainly not being pretty.
He's taking a very long time over this, isn't he? You can't blame him.
Guiseley just a matter of seconds away from another point in the Vanarama National. Referee decides he's had enough, and a good point, I think. That is 2 for Guiseley after Jason Walker scored for Barrow after 35 minutes. A goal that was marked with some controversy after an earlier handball in the penalty area appeared and wasn't given against the Barrow frontman. But Jason Walker was the first to respond after Stephen Drench spilled an initial effort. There was a superb equaliser, though, from Nicky Boschel just on the stroke of half-time. A free kick that he killed over the wall and into the top corner of the net. But Guiseley couldn't capitalise on the chances that fell their way, but neither could Barrow, who perhaps had the better of this match overall. But Guiseley will be very pleased with the point. Finished here at Holker Street at the Furness Building Society Stadium. Barrow 1, Guiseley 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both sides rode the luck at times. It was certainly a hard-fought point for Guiseley, but they'll leave Cumbria pretty pleased with their evening's work to be able to take a point back and to end that bad run of results that we've had against Barrow in recent years.
Overall, I think Barrow were a bigger threat, but we had some great chances in that second half. We could easily have snuck the 3 points today, as much as we might easily have lost this game. It was one of those days when the finishing just didn't seem to hit the mark for either side.
Yeah, very much so. Tom Craddock will be absolutely ruining his Guiseley look so far. We saw him hit the woodwork against Welling. He's done it again here. You just thought that with this effort today, that the rebound that fell so kindly to Wayne Brooksby should have been put in, but instead it was just straight at Joel Dixon. Both sides had chances though. You know, Barrow got in behind Lockwood and Atkinson a little bit too often. But all in all, it's a decent point. Still, technically, unbeaten.
Yeah, well...
think of it that way.
So, we're technically unbeaten, apart from the first day of the season.
Oh, wait, I forgot about that. Yeah, I kind of forgot that. I've done really well to erase that from my memory.
We say morally unbeaten. I would have maybe
because
agree
we should
with
have... Yeah. Maybe that's what I thought. We should have taken that.
But I tell you what, 7 points out of the first 4, not too bad, is it? Chris, you've been following the results in the Vanarama National. Just read us through the final scores.
Yeah, these are all latest or final scores. Aldershot 1, Dover 1, Altrincham 2, Grimsby 1, Barrow 1, Guiseley 1, Borehamwood 0, Forest Green 1, Bromley 1, Braintree 2, Chester 1, Cheltenham 1, Kidderminster 1, Wrexham 3, Lincoln City 5, Macclesfield 3, Southport 1, Gateshead 2, Torquay 0, Woking 1, Tranmere 1, Halifax 0, and Welling 2, Eastleigh 2.
So just have a look at the league table. Just tell us where we are.
Put Guiseley in 10th position at the moment on 7 points, so we are 2 points outside the playoffs.
Well, I tell you what, there's optimism for you. But that's a good 10 points from the first 4 games. A pleasing evening here at Barrow in terms of the scoreline. Could have been 3 points for Guiseley, could have been probably more on balance, 3 points for Barrow, but a great point and a hard-earned point for us to take back home. And we go again on Saturday, this time another tough task as we face Aldershot Town at Nethermore. I hope you enjoyed it this evening, and we'll see you again on Saturday.